What's up, everybody? Welcome to Moneyline Media and this episode of Brooklyn Tides Hot Stove. We are being joined by Paul Stingo and Jerry Ryan of the Brooklyn Tides. Jerry is the manager of the Brooklyn Tides team. How are we doing tonight, guys?
All right. Great. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for joining us. So
Of course. Looking forward to it.
We got to start. You're the manager, so you're the guy that keeps everyone in line. Who's been the hardest to keep in line? Is it Paul?
Hardest to keep in line? I'm going to be honest. It's probably John Uxicle. I mean, simple reason. Before Corona, the guy was in best shape on the team. Now, I can roll down a bowling alley and hit every pin. It's just, worried about him. And he doesn't seem to want to take responsibility for his own health. So, that's something we need to address as a team.
Gotcha. So that was going to be one of our questions, actually. If any of these guys during COVID have kind of now I look at Paul. Paul, since I've known you, you're always in great shape. Always.
Paul needs a few himself too.
Ladies have always loved Paul too. He seems to keep himself in good shape. Is there any guys other than John that you are nervous about?
So we got a couple of injured guys. So obviously we're trying to keep a timetable on when they're going to return. It looks like Andrew Stella is going to be ready to go from the start of the season. So that's a big boom for us. Plays multiple positions, except for second. He's not very good at second, but aside from that, catching, short third, phenomenal, great hitter. So we're looking forward to that.
That's good. He's a very strong player from just like even looking at the stats. So to have someone like that back is always good news.
Yeah, I mean, something we're actually looking forward to next year is actually keeping correct stats, because Paul likes to do what we call Paul stats, where everything that contact on base is a hit. So, we're looking forward to some accurate stats next year as well.
Okay.
We got a lot better as the year went on.
Yeah, it was forced.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, is this an accurate stat, Jerry? Are you the all-time leader in ejections for the Tides?
Yeah, that's obvious. Obvious.
Is there an ejection that you're most proud of?
Ejection I'm most proud of? That's a tough one. I got a lot of them. God, I'm trying to remember. I definitely have a good one. Paul, do you remember any really good ones?
I mean, the do-rag one, but I don't know if you were thrown out that time.
No, I think I just ran out and argued.
Yeah, he ran out onto the field with the do-rag. It was pretty good.
My best ejection is probably just, we have a lot of umpires in the league who actually were teachers at our high school that we went to. So, I think my best ejections are just the ones where I get to really ream into them. Mm-hmm. And, so when they know when I'm calling them a jerk off, it's coming from the
heart. Is there anyone that could even compete with you when it comes to ejections or storming onto the field?
Yeah, Robbie. I mean, no one can compete with me with ejections, but Robbie likes to just everything pisses Robbie off. He's always complaining about the umpires. Umpires are always screwing us. But as far as just ejections come, actually, I'm wrong. I take that back. Nick Stumpo, second place in Tides history on ejections. Every time gets thrown out. It seems to be that he would probably be the leader, but I just go out there for him and get tossed. But he's been thrown out quite a few times. Aside from him, not many of our guys have gotten thrown out.
Who riles you up the most to get you to that point? Or is it just like pure from the heart?
It's a combination. Sometimes it's the umpires. Sometimes it's just a bad play. But a lot of times I'm having to go out there to protect my guys because, whether it's a game where, we're a little tight on players that can't afford to lose people or, just in general, that's one of my jobs as the manager. I'm supposed to go out there and protect my guys and have their back. So,
absolutely.
Big reason I definitely lead in ejections.
Do you have like a patented move to get ejected? Are you a dirt kicker, a word sayer?
Generally, when you start hearing me cursing, that's when I'm trying to get thrown out.
Okay.
I don't kick dirt or anything. There was one time, I'm a little bit of a chubby guy, and my stomach may have grazed the umpire, and he pretty much said that I threw him to the ground the way he made it sound to the league when, I barely touched him. So,
Wow.
but the league wasn't buying it. Other guys had my back. They said I didn't touch him, but yeah, I don't go after the umpires like that. I'll let them know what's good, but I'm not gonna.
I've never really seen anybody that actually aims to get thrown out of games, but he does it. It's interesting. We love it, but yeah.
It definitely has to
Usually,
get.
Trying to get
you
thrown out.
state your case and that's it. But
I'm trying to rile my guys up. I'm trying to get some fire.
And
Aside from that, I'm not looking to get thrown out.
Has there ever been a game where the guys weren't performing as well as they should be, and you intentionally got thrown out just to spark a little bit of energy to the bench?
Yeah, I tried it and it did not work. It was actually a championship game. I don't remember if it was against Brothers or I think it was the Bombers our first year in Mid-Island. We were losing by a couple runs kind of later in the game, and again, one of the home plate umpire was a high school teacher from Severian where we went to school, and I just reamed into him for a good 5 minutes, hoping something to spark my guys because nothing seemed to work. But unfortunately, you win some, you lose some.
I got a good story of a Jerry ejection, actually. So we were playing in a playoff game. I think it was last year or the year before. We were playing this team, the Staten Island Orioles. They're no longer in the league. He got ejected pretty early in the game. I don't remember how it happened, when it happened, whatever. So we're going into the last inning. I think we were down 3-0 or 4-1. We were down by 3. Anyway, we walked it off in dramatic fashion, and we're all lining up to, shake hands, whatever. And we go through the lineup, and then we turn around at the end, and Jerry's in the lineup with us. He came back onto the field, and he was in the lineup with us, very calm as day. He was there the entire time. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I was in the booth the whole time." He was right behind home plate, so that was a fun.
Yeah, usually that's where I go when I get thrown out.
I was gonna ask, where could you even go? Do you wait for the guys? Do you go around the block? How do you, after being ejected, what is your go-to? Is it the booth? It is the booth then, I'm assuming.
It's usually the booth, depending on the game. The umpires don't really look back there or see me, and most of the time, especially if I know the umpire, if I'm keeping my mouth shut, they're not going to tell me to get out. But aside from that, there's times where I've went and waited in my car, whatever I got to do, So, but generally, it's the booth.
Team player there.
Sometimes you got to take one for the team.
Do you have anything that you want your team to work on? I know we talked to Paul, and I said I looked at the stats, and I think they were from the summer, and you guys lead the league in home runs and runs, but you also lead the league in strikeouts. Is that something that you want the team to work on?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're a little too home run happy. We got, there's some guys who they'll lead the team in batting average, but then they'll also lead the team in strikeouts. Just as a team, we're striking out too much. I think another thing we need to improve, bat flipping on walks. We probably had only 20 bat flips on walks during the summer. Football might have up that number to about maybe 70 or 80 for next year.
That's great. That is fantastic. Is there any other thing that you want those guys to work on? Obviously being a little home run happy. But anything else that you want them to work on, other than, and also how in shape they are?
Like I said, aside from John Uxicle, most of our guys, they take care of themselves. They're in shape. Ukes, he's just let himself go. We're on the hook for damages when he ran into the fence, almost broke it down. It's tough when, we're not sponsored and now we have to collect league fees and now you got something like this coming out of our budget. So it's definitely something that we're worried about. But as far as, working on stuff, it's more just general preparedness. Fielding, our guys can field the position. It's just, some consistency. It's more of a mind game, knowing where you're going to go with the ball, what you're doing in certain situations. But I feel as a whole, we're a pretty strong team. We don't really have any glaring weaknesses that I would say, yeah, we need to adjust this. Yeah, I want us to strike out less, but as you mentioned, we got like 5 guys in, the top 10 of the league in batting average.
Yeah.
We're leading the league in home runs. So, if you lead in the league in a lot of those stats, 1 or 2 bad things, you want to work on, but, I'll take them if I'm leading in those other stats.
Right.
So, Jerry, you've led the Tides to 3 pennants since you've been managing them. What do you think is going to take you from the 3 pennants to 3 championships?
You know what? I feel like we're like the Dodgers. We have these stacked teams. We're always there. We're always competing, and we come up just short. This year for full bowl, I mean, we were 5 outs away, and we came up just short.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like we are the Dodgers. We need to find our Mookie Betts, and that's going to put us over the edge. But I think we have a strong team, and things happen. Like I think Paul had mentioned last time you guys were on, we had a COVID incident,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually lost a couple of our stronger pitchers. So there's still no excuse we had the game won, but it definitely would have helped out if we had that extra depth.
Yeah.
With COVID, we talked about with Paul a little bit. It's your mindset going into summer, fall, spring ball, different than what it has been, or is it same thing? We have to get in. I know that practice, Paul mentioned, might have been an issue before. It's tough to get guys come into practice. This is COVID. I mean, I'm sure COVID hurts that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with the group of guys we have now, we'll get a little bit better turnout for practice. You got a lot of guys that, they just love the game. They love working on it. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that don't show up for practice as usual. But as far as, COVID precautions, it's more we need to see where the whole state is at, the country's at. Are we going to have people getting vaccinated? Are there going to be guys that choose not to get vaccinated? And just what are the general numbers, as far as what we're going to do? Because like last year, I told people, like, listen, if you don't want to play either the season or a game because of COVID, I understand. I'm not going to hold it against you. So it's kind of one of those things. Like, if it's really up to the guys,
That's true. I think we could play. You want to start with most likely with the superlatives, James?
Yeah.
Just because I feel like you're going to give us some great answers. Like Paul was great, but I have a feeling you're going to give us some great answers for it.
Paul got some heavy backlash on his
Oh, yeah. I got ripped.
Did you?
I got ripped, yeah.
Why?
I answered all of them wrong. I don't know anything about the guys on my own team. And
Okay. So,
geez.
yeah.
all right. So we might do some different ones, some of the same. But
I was also the sheep for it, so.
you were.
It's not easy.
You were the guinea pig. That's true. Okay. So first one, who's most likely to get drunk and miss a game?
Get drunk and miss a game? Oh, I feel like this is such an obvious answer. Probably John Usicle.
We're gonna have him on next week to we might need to do like an old school like WWE promo off with you and him. I feel like on this show.
No. I mean, there used to be other guys, but I'd say now it's probably him, mostly because he's someone who's done it. So
so that was like a realistic, most likely too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is gonna refresh this one from last week. Most likely to eat a whole bag of sunflower seeds.
Most likely to eat a whole bag of sunflower seeds. I'm gonna go with Paul or Nate. Those are always the guys I'm seeing down in seeds. So I could definitely see Paul down and taking a bag of seeds to the face. So
Paul did say himself last week.
Did. So you got that one right.
Yeah.
One of the few questions he got right.
Who's right or wrong answers?
This is another one from last week. Who would you let date your sister? Like, who are you most likely to let date? If you have a sister, if you don't have a sister, an imaginary sister, who would you let?
That's a tough one. Oof. I don't know. I might actually copy. No, I can't take Paul's answer.
Yeah, because you took two of his answers.
I'm gonna go with Dimitri
Okay.
because he's by far got the most swag on the team.
Swag.
So can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. And he seems like he knows how to treat a lady. So Dimitri, if I had a theoretical sister, you could date her.
Just a real quick question before I get into the next one. Do you guys have multiple uniforms, or is it the same top shirt?
Right now, we have the same. Yeah, go ahead, answer.
It's the same jersey that we've been running for, I think it's past 4 years now. We did have previous jerseys. We had a button-down vest. That was our.
They're right here.
That was our original. But mostly we go with the dry fit now because for newer guys, it's cheaper to just buy a dry fit and put the logo on it, or even order it from our website. That's another one, the red dry fit.
I like that.
And this is our original. It's a vest.
That's cool. Nice. I like that.
Nice.
That's like vintage, like Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's vintage jersey point.
Yeah.
But it was more practical to go with dry fits at this point.
Gotcha. Now, do the pants change, or is it like everybody has to wear the same color pants?
White.
We actually didn't really care about that until this year. I finally put my foot down and we wear white pants. I don't care if it's got piping. It's just got to be white.
Okay, gotcha.
And all the same hats?
Yeah. We're starting to enforce that too. We have our own hat, as you can see here. I got it.
I like it.
This is the old one.
Finally found a hat that we were comfortable with. It wasn't like a cheap, shoddy one or a snapback. So we have them on our squad locker, kind of like our team store. So now we're trying to get all the guys to really just wear the same hat. Look a little more professional than we have in the past.
It's good. I like that. I mean, I like the colors. Blue and red is a great color combination.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to, who's most likely to show up wearing the wrong piece of the uniform?
Wear the wrong piece of the uniform?
Yeah. Like wrong colored pants, different hat.
John DeAngelis for sure. Because he hates white pants. He'll show up in gray just like him and Joe Fernandez. Joe Fernandez likes to come in the wrong jersey a lot.
Okay.
We might be re-signing him soon.
Ooh.
Joe Fernandez a pitcher?
It's an inside tied source, yeah.
He's a pitcher?
Inside.
Yeah, he's a pitcher, yeah.
He's from Queens?
Yes.
I think I know who that is.
Okay.
Bartolo Colon at this point. When he was younger, he was throwing gas, and he's a Cy Young guy. Now he's that chubby old guy who manages to get outs.
Yeah.
I do remember him.
All right. Most likely to hit a walk-off home run. We'll do a good one.
Most likely to hit a walk-off home run? We actually have had a walk-off home run, but he wouldn't be the most likely to do it. The most likely to do it would be our shortstop, Lou. I mean, The kid's just stud. Championship game, he carried us in that game. We lost, but what he hit 3 home runs, Paul, and he got a 4th at bat.
He hit 4. He hit 4 in 3 games in the series.
5. No, it was 5 in 3 games, wasn't it?
No,
he hit 3 to 1.
No, he had 2 in one game, 1 in the other, 1 in the other.
These are Paul's stats, though.
Yeah, they're my stats.
I'm pretty sure he got another at bat, and we had lost the game at that point. We were all just hyped trying to get him to hit that final home run. Just put the cherry on a Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. So, who's most likely to wear one of those big, like, Yoenis Cespedes chains during the game?
Ooh, I'm going to have to go with 2 people on this one. That would be Dimitri Madera and Leandro Alvarez, because I'm pretty sure they have. I swear. One of them definitely has, but they're 100%. They got that Cespedes thing going on. Definitely those 2.
Okay. Who is the most fun to watch on the field? Maybe it's facial expressions. Maybe they're just that good. But who is the most fun to watch on the field?
Most fun to watch on the field. Oof. That's a tough one. Oof. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with our center fielder Dave Veal.
I was gonna say the same exact thing.
He always seems to make the spectacular dive and play. You know, he's always getting the balls where you're like, oh, that's in the gap. Next thing you know, he's tracking it down. So I probably.
Yeah, also about Dave, like my reasoning why is he's one of the older guys on the team, and he just like still you could see like he has a love for the game. You know, like you see it coming out of him. So it's so cool to watch.
Okay, that's awesome. Wait, I can't wait to meet all these guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
Who will be the most boring to interview?
Robbie. 100%.
You didn't even hesitate.
Give you monotone, yes or no answers. You know, it's like talking to a wall when you talk to him most of the time. Unless he's angry at a called third strike, he has no emotion, nothing.
And this is Robbie McGuire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So who's most likely to throw a tantrum after a called third strike? But it's a fair called third strike, like it's an actual strike.
I mean, it's two people. You got Chris Romano, our catcher, and Robbie McGuire again. Every at bat, just bugs out, throws the helmet. I mean, a lot of our guys throw the helmet, but Chris and Robbie seem to take the cake when it comes to it. Being angry when you're striking out.
If you got hired by New York Mets, New York Yankees, whoever your favorite team is, to be their manager, who is the first guy that you would put on your coaching staff?
First guy I would put on my coaching staff, I'd have to take two guys. I'd take JP, Jonathan Pinheiro, and Andrew Stella.
Okay.
They have such a good knowledge of the game. You know, good guys to be around, and I don't know. Yeah, it would probably be those two guys. You know, I feel like our coaching philosophies would get along well with them.
So you talked about the bat flipping after a walk. So who would be most likely to bat flip after a walk after you told them not to?
Robbie. I mean, because he does it on every walk. Aaron Hicks liked the video of him at the walk and did it in a game the next day. So, I mean, definitely him.
Yeah, Aaron,
if I wasn't gonna say Robbie, I'd probably have to go with Andrew Stella because he would just do it to spite me. Actually, most of the guys on the team would do it to spite me because I told them not to.
We asked this question with Paul. Who is most likely to have groupies at the game?
Again, Robbie, without even a say. He has groupies. Like, I don't know, who did he say? Tony?
Tony,
like,
yeah.
Robbie literally has groupies. Like, I don't get how you get that answer.
I also answered Robbie for like 3 other ones, so I kind of wanted to switch it up.
I mean, I'm giving the right answer. You know, I'm not gonna lie about the questions just because Robbie's a complete asshole and he's the answer to every question.
But I mean, he is I'm a gay woman, but he is a good-looking young man. Like, he's an attractive guy. He's athletic. That D1, I get it. But that's funny.
You haven't seen Tony yet, though.
Well, I mean, I've seen pictures of your team. You guys are.
If there's one thing I'd have to say, summer ball. You know, our team was sitting at a good 7.9 on the look scale. You know, we were doing pretty good for ourselves. But then fall ball, we picked up the Stark brothers, Tony, Dimitri. You know, we went from a 7.9 to a 12 out of 10.
I mean, so you guys are definitely by far the best looking in the league.
Best looking, best playing. You know, we're just honestly the best overall team in the league. Period.
So who's most likely to get their uniform dirty every game?
Ooh. I'd probably have to go with Nate Rodriguez. He always seems to be dirty for no reason. Just there's plenty of guys on our team that don't wash their pants for quite a while, And I'm not going to mention names. They know who I'm talking about.
Fonzie.
Oh, come on. You got to mention names now.
Fonzie.
Well, if their spot, Paul tries to.
Yeah.
We got some guys that, they're allergic to laundry machines, washing machines.
All right, I have another game to play, and I want you to compare the teams in your division to Major League Baseball teams, and I have the list up. So let's start with the Bad News Brews. Who would you compare them to?
I don't know. Who's the worst team in the majors? The Pirates?
Tigers?
Pirate.
The Pirates? Tigers? Yeah, Pirates of the Tigers. They got like maybe one good guy on the team, and then the rest is just like,
Would you try to tamper? Would you try to get him on your side?
I mean, he was on our team for fall ball.
Oh, okay.
Not this fall ball, past fall ball, but yeah, I mean, we'd definitely take him back. We'd welcome him with open arms. In fact, we were tampering in the game with them on fall ball, and we're just telling him like, "Yo, you should have came and played with us." And he's like, maybe you're right, but we'll see going in the future."
All right, next up we got Brothers of Staten Island. Now, this is the team that you guys lost to in the championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a tough one. Because I don't think Brothers as a whole is the best team. Like I said, as a whole, I think we are. They
Right.
might have like one or two guys who are like the best in the league. Like they definitely have the pitching, but on a whole, like I would say we're the best team. I'd kind of compare them to, maybe the Mets like a couple years ago where they had that phenomenal rotation, but their lineup was like, it was solid, but it wasn't, it wasn't crazy. Like when they went to the World Series, they had Matt Harvey, Syndergaard, DeGrom. But, yeah, I mean, I guess the Mets from a couple years ago. That would be my answer.
Okay. Next up, the Brooklyn Tides. You already said the Dodgers. Are we sticking with the Dodgers?
Dodgers, I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm going with Dodgers, Yankees. Obviously, the two best teams in the majors.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Oh, better. Brothers is more like the Nationals. I'm sorry, where they got a decent lineup, but it's really the pitching that carries them. If you put that pitching on another team, they might be doing just as good.
Gotcha. All right. Butchie's Heat.
Butchie's Heat, they're kind of like, I'd say like the Red Sox, but not the good Red Sox, where, they got a couple good guys where, those guys are carrying the team, they're performing, but as a whole, the team isn't really going anywhere, and they, they'll compete for a little bit, and then they'll fall back into place towards the bottom.
Gotcha. The Gators.
Gators,
Angels.
Who?
Angels, because they got that one. They got Mike Trout and Joe Mendez.
All right. I can't even believe you just compared Joe Mendez to Mike Trout. They're more. I don't know. That's rough. Like the Tigers again. They got one good player, and that's about it. They're.
Joe Mendez he's from Staten Island, right? He went to St. Joe's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
Good hitter. Phenomenal hitter. We take him Tides.
Yeah, this is our request to get him on a team. This interview.
We're actually talking Gators. Dimitri has actually demanded a trade. He's got that beard like James Harden, so he thinks he can demand trades like James Harden. But we're waiting to hear back from them. We said we wanted minimum a first-round pick back. So we'll see where these talks go.
Well,
but he's locked in 2 years, so
He's gonna come on and rant, so get ready for him.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah.
It would make Thanksgiving awkward though, Jerry, with your imaginary sister if she's dating him and you trade him.
I'm not going to their house for Thanksgiving. I tell you.
All right. The Wolf Pack. That's a sick name, by the way.
Oh yeah, I gotta compare them to the team. I'm gonna go with I'm trying to think of some of these teams. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Tigers again because they're a scrappy team that wins some games, but they're not that great. Like I just don't, good team, solid team, but I don't know if they necessarily can compete. The league as a whole got better this year, and definitely some of their holes showed through a little stronger this year. So
I
we'll
think
see.
this is the most that the Detroit Tigers have been brought up in a conversation for the first time in like 20 years.
Yeah.
True.
Probably, fortunately. You know what? They're probably close to like Toronto Blue Jays.
I would say
They got a couple decent pitchers. They got a couple guys who could put the bat on the ball, but they're nothing crazy. They're not gonna break records.
the Phillies, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Phillies. The Phillies have a couple good guys that are like all-star caliber players.
Yeah. Whatever.
You got maybe I can see the Phillies. I can see the Phillies. I'll give them the Phillies. They got a couple good guys pitching, but yeah, they're not in Dodgers Yankee territory even close.
Gotcha. Who are you most looking forward to playing this year?
Anybody. We just want to play, honestly. And honestly, like I hope all the teams get better. We're playing there to face the competition.
Mhm.
We want to be facing the best competition we could face. As long as it's reasonable. Like I'm not looking to play pro players, but as far as these teams, a couple teams can add pitching, they'd be a lot more competitive. They add a hitter or two here, they'll be more competitive. So I'm just hoping that some of these teams added and the overall parity in the league is a little closer than what it's been the past couple of seasons.
It's gonna be an exciting year for you guys then coming up. Thank you guys so much for coming on again. We can't wait for a Tides Hot Stove next week if everyone's available on Wednesday. Paul, Jerry, thank you guys so much. Thank you for allowing us to be part of the Tides family. We're really excited for everything going forward.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. You guys have a very happy new year. Nothing but health and prosperity this year.
You as well.
Well,
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
fun.
You cut it?
Yeah, I'm gonna just remove you guys real quick.
Okay.
All
All right.
Brooklyn
Now-
Hot Stove of the Tides. Number 2 in the books. Jerry's awesome. Love him. Paul's
Jerry
great.
is great. Jerry is great. Paul's great. Really excited to be part of this Tides family. A lot of good things happening for Moneyline.
Yeah.
Hopefully we hit some money lines. And that's it. That's it for today. Have a happy new year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Nothing, as we said to them, nothing but health and prosperity in this upcoming 2021. Let's get the hell out of 2020. We can't get out the door quick enough.
True enough. All right. Bye, everyone. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated.
Double fisted. Diet Coke, double fisted.